Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really trying to get under the skin of one of the most talked about figures of our time, Elon Musk. I mean, this is the guy who built, the early digital bank vaults, took on NASA with the startup, and basically redefined the car, not just transport, but tech on wheels. So our mission today is to unpack that journey. How did he go from this early tech guy to the visionary behind, well, some of the biggest projects out there? And we'll be using insights from documentaries, expert takes, and Musk's own words, too. Okay, so let's start maybe somewhere unexpected. Before the rockets, before the EVs, Musk was actually deep in software. He was born in Pretoria, South Africa back in '71, taught himself coding. By 12, he'd sold his first video game for $500, which is pretty impressive for a kid back then. Then at 17, he moves over to North America, ends up with degrees in physics and economics from Penn. But you can tell Silicon Valley was already pulling him in, right?
Absolutely. And that early period, his readiness to just dive into new tech, that really sets a pattern. It wasn't just about seeing an opportunity. It was about acting on it fast, like with Zip 2. That willingness to jump in, it laid the groundwork, sort of, for the much bigger bets later on.
Right, Zip 2, an online city guide. Basically, digital yellow pages before Google Maps existed, yeah. And it did incredibly well. Compaq bought it for what, $307 million? Musk got $22 million from that at just 28.
Yeah, 28. Most people would probably call it a day right there, set for life.
Exactly. But not him. His next thing was X.com, online banking. That eventually merged and became PayPal. Huge.
And when eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion, Musk was the largest shareholder. Walked away with about $180 million.
Okay, so let's just pause there. Two massive exits, hundreds of millions in the bank. What does he do? He takes nearly all of it.
Pretty much everything.
And plows it into three ideas that sounded, frankly, kind of nuts at the time.
Electric cars, private rockets, and solar energy.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers on the surface.
So what does that tell you about his mindset even back then?
Well, it shows he wasn't just an entrepreneur looking for the next win. He was driven by a mission. Someone, I think is an aerospace historian, pointed out something interesting. The established players, they had no real reason to radically cut costs. Musk came in with zero rocket experience, but maybe that was the advantage.
No baggage from the old way of doing things.
Exactly. He just refused to accept that this is how much space launch costs.
Yeah.
He wanted to change the whole equation, make space accessible, fundamentally.
Which leads us straight to SpaceX, founded 2002, and the goal was just massive from the start. Space transport costs, make life multiplanetary, simple stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Easy peasy.
But those early days, wow. Falcon 1, their first rocket, the first 3 launches failed, boom, billions gone each time.
Yeah, the company was right on the edge. Musk himself said they were literally running on fumes.
He said if that 4th launch failed, SpaceX was done, finished.
The pressure must have been immense.
And then, September 2008, that 4th launch, it worked.
Huge sigh of relief, I imagine.
It basically saved the company. And then, not long after, NASA steps in, awards SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract, cargo delivery to the ISS.
And that was the moment, wasn't it, that legitimized them? Show they weren't just some crazy pipe dream.
Totally. They were a real player.
Yeah. And like a former NASA engineer said, Musk didn't just disrupt spaceflight. He forced everyone else to rethink their economics. It wasn't just about building a rocket. It was about changing the entire cost structure of the industry. That was the real disruption.
And then came the bigger rockets. Falcon 9, Falcon Heavy. These things can lift serious weight, like 140,000 pounds to low Earth orbit.
But the truly revolutionary part wasn't just the size, was it? It was the landing.
Oh, yeah. The reusability, seeing those boosters come down and land themselves.
On ships, in storms sometimes, back on land. Just incredible engineering.
And that's what really drove the cost down from like $100 million a launch.
To under $30 million. That's just a staggering change in the economics.
Yeah.
Game-changing.
And who can forget him launching his own cherry red Tesla into space in 2018?
Huh. Yeah, a bit absurd, maybe a bit brilliant. Definitely a statement of confidence.
It's definitely Musk. So while all the space stuff is happening, he's also got Tesla Motors, which, important point, he didn't found, but he took over in 2004.
Right. Joined early, became chairman, CEO.
And the mission there was clear. Prove electric cars didn't have to be, well, boring or slow or golf carts.
And this is where you, the listener, might wonder.
Yeah.
How did they break into that market? Cars are tough. Super established players.
Yeah, it's saturated.
Well, an auto analyst summed it up nicely. He said, Tesla flipped the script. Instead of another Prius, they aimed for a luxury sports car first, make electric desirable. That was the key insight.
And the first one was the Roadster, right? Launched 2008, Fast, looked amazing, expensive, yes, but it totally changed people's minds about what an EV could be.
It was proof of concept. But then, disaster almost struck again.
2008, the financial crash wiped out their funding. Just like SpaceX, Tesla was on the brink.
And again, Musk had to step in personally, put his own money, what was left of it, on the line, borrowed from friends.
He actually said he had to choose save Tesla or SpaceX.
And decided to try and save both. Almost broke himself doing it.
Unbelievable pressure, but they pulled through. And in 2012 came the Model S.
Ah, the Model S. Now, that was a landmark car.
First proper electric sedan with real range, amazing performance.
And the software. The over-the-air updates. That was revolutionary for the car industry.
Your car actually got better over time, like a phone.
Exactly. That's the insight a tech journalist pointed out. Musk approached the car like a smartphone. Nobody else was really thinking like that back then. It wasn't just about the battery or the motor. It was the whole integrated tech experience that really shook things up.
And then came autopilot, full self-driving beta, which is still, evolving.
Controversial, definitely, but pushing boundaries.
Plus the gigafactories, Nevada, Shanghai, Berlin, Texas, massive scale.
Their direct sales model, too, cutting out dealerships.
And Tesla Energy, the Powerwall stuff for homes.
Yeah, building out that whole ecosystem.
And by 2020, the result, Tesla becomes the most valuable car company in the world.
Worth more than Toyota, Ford, GM combined at that point.
Yeah.
Just astonishing growth.
But, okay, let's be real. It hasn't all been smooth sailing. There's been a lot of turbulence, too.
Oh, absolutely. Controversy seems to follow him, doesn't it?
There was the whole funding secured tweet in 2018. Big fight with the SEC over that.
Yeah, that cost him chairmanship for a while, fines.
And some of his public comments, like calling that cave diver pedo guy, that led to lawsuits, huge criticism.
It's that paradox, isn't it? A tech ethicist put it quite well. He's reshaping humanity's future, and yet he tweets like a teenage troll.
Ah!
How do you square those two things? It's tough.
And there have been other criticisms, too, that our sources highlight. Worker safety issues at factories, fights with unions, his management style.
Yeah, known for being incredibly demanding, pushing people hard.
But what's also striking, and we're just reporting what the sources say here, is that through all these storms,
Tesla and SpaceX just kept growing, kept hitting milestones, kept pushing forward.
It's quite remarkable resilience in a way. And his ambitions don't stop at cars and rockets, do they?
Not even close. Look at Starlink.
Right, the satellite internet project. Global coverage.
It's already got, what, over 3 million customers?
Mm-hmm.
Especially huge in rural areas or places like Ukraine where connectivity is vital.
Then there's Neuralink, brain-computer interfaces.
Definitely one of the more ethically complex ones, but the stated goal is treating neurological conditions, paralysis, blindness, things like that.
Still very early days and quite controversial.
For sure. And then, most recently, XAI, launched in 2023.
Aiming to build AI systems to understand the universe. Pretty modest goal there.
Just a small side project. But seriously, if you connect these dots, Starlink, Neuralink, XAI, Tesla, SpaceX, it all points towards that grander vision, doesn't it? Safe AI, accessible space, humanity becoming multiplanetary.
Ensuring our long-term survival, basically.
That seems to be the underlying driver for all of it.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive, Elon Musk, he's clearly not a conventional leader at all.
No, he breaks rules. He definitely polarizes people.
Often overpromises on timelines, let's be honest.
Elon time is a well-known phenomenon.
But he does seem to deliver.
Yeah.
Eventually, often in ways that reshape everything.
Yeah, that's the thing. He didn't just build successful companies, he built categories.
Explain that a bit more.
Well, think about it. Desirable, mass-market electric cars. He essentially created that market. Reusable rockets, changing space economics. That was SpaceX. Global satellite internet on this scale. Starlink. He didn't just compete, he created the playing field.
That's a great way to put it. And beyond the tech, beyond the companies, he also built belief, didn't he?
Belief, yeah. Belief that these huge, seemingly impossible things can be done.
And some of his quotes really capture that mindset. Failure's an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough.
Or work like hell. He definitely embodies that one.
And when something is important enough, you do it, even if the odds are not in your favor.
That really sums up those early days of SpaceX and Tesla, doesn't it? The odds were definitely not in his favor.
So maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Given Musk's track record pushing boundaries, tackling impossible odds across totally different fields, what other industry, what other long-standing societal problem out there feels ripe for that kind of audacious category-defining disruption, something to think about?